Today I'm making what I think is the perfect steakhouse steak at home. A dry-aged sirloin with a proper fat cap, cooked gently enough to build a deep crust while rendering in its own fat at the same time. This steak goes into a medium pan, fat side down first. The fat cap does a lot of work here. Not only does it protect the steak while it cooks, but it slowly renders out enough fat to cook the steak in its own flavor the entire time. So there's no need for butter basting here. We're building flavor directly from the steak itself. And instead of covering the steak with a heavy peppercorn sauce or melted blue cheese, I want every part of this dinner to support the flavor of the beef instead of hiding it. I like cooking the steak this way because it gives you more control over the crust without burning the exterior. And the frequent flipping also helps the steak cook more evenly while slowly developing color, layer by layer. Now at this point, the fat cap has rendered beautifully and the steak is almost where I want it. So I'm standing it back up one more time to continue rendering the fat while giving the center a moment to relax. The entire time this steak has been cooking in its own rendered fat, that's where all the flavor is coming from. I'm pulling the steak at around 128 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it rests, it's going to land right in that perfect medium rare range. Now that the steak is resting, I can use that rendered fat to build another layer of flavor. Whole garlic cloves and fresh thyme go directly into the pan. I'm not going to burn the garlic here. I just want the garlic to soften and sweeten, while the thyme will gently perfume the fat. And this is exactly why I didn't make a heavy pan sauce. A dry-aged steak already has so much flavor on its own. The rendered fat, softened garlic, and thyme become more of a finishing layer instead of something that covers the steak. I always rest the steak on a rack. That airflow underneath helps protect the crust instead of trapping steam against the meat. When honey nut squash is available in the spring, it's one of my favorite things to cook this time of year. It's much sweeter than butternut squash, and it roasts beautifully. I also find it easier and safer to cut into wedges before scooping out the center. The asparagus keeps everything fresh and bright for spring, while the honey nut squash brings a natural sweetness that works beautifully with the deeper, savory flavor of a dry-aged steak. Just a little char in the pan, a quick cover, and let it finish gently. And that's all it really needs. While the asparagus finishes, I'm making a very simple vinaigrette: olive oil, white wine vinegar, salt, and black pepper. The warm asparagus will absorb the vinaigrette beautifully once it comes out of the pan. And for wine tonight, I went with the Côte du Rhône Villages from Louis Bernard. That deeper Rhône character works incredibly well with the savory funkiness of a dry-aged beef without overpowering it. Now everything comes together. This is exactly the kind of steak dinner I love making at home. Nothing overly complicated, just good ingredients handled properly so every part of the plate still tastes like itself. If you're new here, welcome to Marty's Herbie Kitchen. This is where I like to cook simple meals that feel just a little special. And if you'd like the full recipe, you'll find it in the description below. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'll see you at the next table.